Okay, Alan Faye, jewelry designer, commercial, everything. Tell me about your construction of your 5,000 square foot showroom in New York. Where in New York?
It's on Broadway, 4 blocks below Canal Street, between Franklin and White. It's called the A Loft, and the building is kind of amazing. It was empty. It was built in 1852. It was pre-Civil War, and it's kind of iconic because the ceiling studio, the top floor studio, was occupied by the cinematographer of the Civil War. So any footage of the Civil War that is done by this gentleman. So anyway, the landlord acquired the building in 1972, and he wanted to put extra floors on it, and he was in litigation for 27 years. So the building was empty for 27 years. And he lost. So it's a historical monument now. It's even more historical because the building was actually occupied in the 60s by the Dalai Lama. So it was the offices of the Dalai Lama. So we have amazing energy in our building. Thank God, because I needed it with the construction people. So when we acquired the space, it literally, we had to pull electricity up from the street. It was empty, it was derelict, it was a big job, which I didn't really realize at the time.
Are you a handy kind of guy?
I am now.
So tell me
I'm
how
tremendously
did it work?
handy now. I know more about electricity than I thought I ever would want to. But, so we started the construction with a sort of a reduced crew, what I would call kind of my gauchos from South America. And the contractor ended up taking off with the funds to pay the employees. So the employees all came to me and they said, well, you know, what are you going to do? And so I sort of said, well, I can't pay you what he owes you, but if you show up tomorrow, we can just pick up the job. Now, I had done interior jobs over the years, as you know, Diane, but I'd never done a full-blown construction. So, well, it was like herding cats. These guys didn't speak any English, but, you know, it took about 2.5 months, but we did pull it off, and it turned out really beautifully. But,
what about the Chinese team?
The Chinese team, well...
Where'd they come from?
The Dalai Lama.
Really?
Yeah, because every time we had a problem, this little Chinese man called Singh would show up, and he would solve it for me, and he never wanted to be paid. So I've never quite understood in New York City where this man comes from, but he's amazing. He's our little guardian angel from the Dalai Lama. Like, he showed up one day because we really did this on a really, really tight budget. And 5,000 square feet is literally like building a house.
And in New York.
And in New York, so things like getting rid of garbage.
What's the rent there, I hate to ask?
The rent is, well, that's yeah.
Personal, private.
It's
okay.
enough.
Yeah. How many zeros are we talking?
Oh, a few. Yeah.
Okay.
A couple more than I'd like. But Sing, for example, we had no air conditioning in the middle of the summer, and we completed it, and Art was freaking out, and I said, well, we'll just get big buckets, and we'll give everyone cold water, and we'll give them fans. So Art didn't think that was really going to do the trick, but anyway, we sort of glass half full, glass half empty. I thought that would be fine. But anyway, Sing showed up one day, and he said, do you guys need air conditioning? And I said, absolutely, because he had pulled a unit out of another building, and he sold it to us for like nothing almost, and he installed it. I had an area I was keeping for the laundry, and so the air conditioner fit perfectly in there, and we were so nice and chilly during the whole month of July and August.
Wow.
It was fantastic. So that was
Where is this angel now?
He's actually working on our space, putting in the security.
Wow.
Because unfortunately we got robbed by 2 kids. Who kind of wiggled their way in and stole my computer and Alex's computer. But anyway, now we're putting down the full bars and all that kind of stuff. So, and he's not charging us for those either. He charges us for the labor, but no work. So I'm going to give him a nice red envelope at the end.
Yeah.
And for my appreciation. He's
and a couple pieces from Thorns and Roses.
Exactly, for his wife.
Jewelry collection.
Well, I don't know if he'd really appreciate them. It's a little different aesthetic.
Right, that's true.
But something in jade. Jade and thorns, maybe.
God. And how many years have I known you? You were my hairdresser in New York.
That was 1989.
1989.
So we go back to 1989.
When
yeah.
we had Perrier Jouet as a sponsor.
That was fantastic, wasn't it?
That's when I was drinking champagne.
Exactly. Well, we drank champagne over the years. Come back. Huh?
It's true. I haven't been drinking at all for a long time. But yeah, those
you look
days.
fantastic. You haven't put a year on, Diane, since I've known you.
That's not true.
You look amazing.
Thank you. We'll end on that lie. Thanks. Bye.